Hey guys, Mario here from MTG Diagnosis, Doctor by Day, Magic the Gathering by Night, and today we have a treat. We have some nostalgia for you. So I bought these packs on eBay. They have revised edition, I think. They have some old cards in there. So rares, some commons. I don't know, actually it's the first time I'm buying something like this, but one of my friends, Paul, is playing pre-modern, so I figured, you know what, I'm gonna buy some revised cards on eBay, or 4th edition. I don't know what exactly edition these are, but they're pre-modern. I'm pretty sure they're pre-modern. Take a look. So, oh, here we go. You have some Ice Age, Elder Druid, green and three and a green. Tap or untap target artifact, creature, or land. Jade Monolith. So that's an that's a, I don't know what that is. Ice Age Jade Monolith. Redirect to yourself. All damage done to any creature. The source of the damage does not change. Dahatar the Adamant. It's a rare. Vigilance enters the battlefield with 4 +1/+1 counters on it. Move a +1/+1 counter for target creature to a second target creature. Alright. Sonic Entity deals 2 damage to target creature or player and 3 damage to itself. 2/2. Rackalites. Prevent 1 damage to any creature or player. Return Rackalite to owner's hand at the end of the turn. Oh, for 2, 6. You can do it multiple times. Lost Order of Jarkel, Ice Age. I remember this card. White, 2. 2 white. Lost Order of Jarkel has power and toughness each equal to 1 plus the number of creatures target opponent controls. Oh, look at that art. Another Jade Monolith. Sunglasses of Urza. You may use white mana in your mana pool. It's either white or red mana. It's a little off there at the bottom. Rocks. 4 green. You may have rocks deal its combat damage to defending player as though it weren't blocked. Regenerate. Pretty strong there. Was that 8th edition? 8th edition. Cyclone, I remember this card. Enchantment, at the beginning of your upkeep, put a win counter on Cyclone. During your upkeep, pay green for each win counter on Cyclone or bury Cyclone. If you pay Cyclone, deal 1 damage to each player and each creature and for each win counter on it. The original Cyclone. Colossus of Sardia, 9/9 trample for 9. Does not untap during your untap. 9 to untap it. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Wow, strong. Angelic Voice, as long as the other creatures you control are white or artifact creatures, all creatures you control get +1/+1. Nice. Legends? Rocks. Cosmic Horror. 3 black. 7/7 first strike. During your upkeep, pay its casting cost or destroy it. If you destroy Cosmic Horror in this way, it deals 7 damage to you. Oof. Aladdin's Ring. I remember this card. 8. Deal 4 damage to target creature or player. It's very high mana cost. Magmasaur. Comes into play with 5 +1/+1 counters on it. 3 red. It comes into play with 5 +1 upkeep. Remove +1/+1 counters or sacrifice it, or deals 1 damage for each +1/+1 counter to each creature without flying and to each player. Bam. Releases Winds. Enchantment. Whenever a permanent becomes tapped, put a win counter on it. Stormbind. Discard a card at random from your hand. Have Stormbind deal 2 damage to target creature or player. Goblin Scavengers. Skeletons. Stronghold. Animate wall. White, play only on a wall. Concurrent creature can attack as though not a wall. Oh, nice. Like that. Turn your walls into regular creatures. Root Elemental. That's a rare. 6/5 for 6. Morph. 5 green. When it is turned face up, you may put a creature card from your hand into play. Nice. Slate of Mine. Classic. Interrupt. Change the card text by replacing target permanent by replacing all occurrences of one color word for another. For example, counters black spells that counters blue spells. Slate of Mine cannot change the mana symbols. Worthless card. I think that's one of the worst cards, I think they said in Magic. Verdant Touch. Buy back 3. Target land becomes a 2/2 creature permanently. Magical Hack. Take a target creature permanent and replace all occurrences of one basic land for another. For example, Swamp into Planeswalk. I love this card. Library of Natnam. 4 and a blue. Target opponent chooses 1. You draw 3 cards at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep, or you search your library for a card, put it into your hand, and then shuffle your library. Nice. Nebuchadnezzar. Legend. Blue and a black. X, tap, name a card. Target opponent reveals X cards from his or her hand at random. If that player does not have enough cards in hand, his or her entire hand is revealed. Opponent then discards any of those cards that match the name card. Use this ability only during your turn. 5 for 3/3. The Wretched. 3 black. At the end of combat, gain control of all creatures blocking the Wretched. Lose control of those creatures if the Wretched leaves play, or if you lose control of the Wretched. The Hive. Oh, this is a great artifact. 5 tap, put a wasp token in the crate, create a 1/1 artifact creature token with flying. Tempest Efrit. A lot of text on this. I don't think I want to read all that. Shard Phoenix. Flying 2/2, put it into the hand. Use this ability only if Shard Phoenix is in your graveyard, only during your upkeep. Sacrifice it. It does 2 damage to each creature without flying. 5. Magnetic Mountain. Riley says wins again. Sage of Ancient Lore. It's a rare. Nice. 4 and a green. Sage of Ancient Lore's power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. At the beginning of each upkeep, if no spell were cast last turn, transform Sage of Ancient Lore. Oh, there's this thing on the back here. Werewolf of the Ancient Hunger. Vigilant, Trample, Werewolf of Ancient Hunger, power and toughness are each equal to the total number of cards in all players' hands. At the beginning of each upkeep, if a player casts 2 or more spells last turn, transform Werewolf of Ancient Hunger. Cool. 6/6 Goliath. Whenever another creature enters the battlefield, you may put X +1/+1 counters on X of that creature's power. Nice. Ancient Island Fish Jaconius. 6/8 for 4, 5, 6, 7. Does not untap during your untap phase. Cannot attack if defending player controls no islands. If at any time you control no islands, bury it. 3 blue. Untap the fish. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Verdant Touch. Sunglasses. Morrow. 8th edition. Mars power and toughness are each equal to the number of cards in your hand. No two see them say Morrow. Mark Rosewater. Living lands. All forests become 1/1 creatures. The forests still count as lands, but cannot be tapped for mana the turn they come into play. Pentagram of the Ages. Wow. Prevent all damage dealt to you from one source. Pentagram of the Ages does not prevent the same source damaging you again later this turn. Cormus Bell. Treat all swamps in play. As 1/1 creatures now, they can be enchanted, killed, and so forth, and they can be tapped either for mana or to attack. Another pentagram. Mishra's War Machine, 7 for a 5/5. Banding. Banding. Nice. Another pentagram. Oh, Chaos Lord. Love the Chaos Lord. 7/7 first strike. Can attack the first turn it comes into play on a side, except the turn it first comes into play during your upkeep. Count the number of permanents. If that number is even, target opponent gains control of Chaos Lord. What? Power Surge. During each player's upkeep, Power Surge deals that one player 1 damage for each land he or she controls that was untapped at the beginning of the turn before the untap phase. Rebirth. Each player may be healed to 20 life. Any player choosing to do heal antes an additional card from the top of his or her library. Remove Rebirth from your deck before playing, if not playing for ante. Morrow. Magical Hack. Relic Bind. Yeti. Oath of Limdul. Enchantment. For each 1 damage dealt to you or 1 life you lose, sacrifice a permanent you control or choose and discard a card from your hand. You cannot sacrifice Oath of Limdul this way. Ignore the effect if you control no permanents other than Oath of Limdul and have no cards in hand. 2 black, draw a card. Necrosavant. Sacrifice a creature. 3 black, black. 3 black, black, black to cast. 5/5. 3 black, black. Sacrifice a creature. Put Necrosavant into play. Use this ability only during your upkeep and only if Necrosavant is in your graveyard. Necrosavant. Clockwork Beast. Fungusaur. 2/2. At the end of the turn, which Fungusaur receives damage but does not leave play, put a +1/+1 counter. Another Cyclone. Millstone. Nice. Long Forgotten. Gohi. King spells you cost 1 less to play. Spirit you control get +1/+1. Barrel's Cage. I remember this. Target creature does not untap during its controller's next untap phase. 3. Safe Haven. I remember this. Remove target creature you control from the game. Play this ability as an interrupt. Sacrifice it. Return all creatures you remove from the game directly into play under its owner's control as though they were just summoned. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Arcana Redemption. Flying 3/4. Flying when it is another creature you're flying into the battlefield under your control, you may gain life equal to the. Nice. Icatan Snow Store. Comes to play tapped. You may choose not to untap store during untap phase and put a storage counter on it instead. Tap, remove X storage counters from Icatan Store. Add an amount of white equal to X to your mana pool. Another Fungusaur. Another Magical Hack. Helm of Chatzook. Target creature gains banding. Orcish Squatters. 2/3. Warp Artifact. Deals 1 damage target artifact's controller. Enchant artifact during his or her upkeep. 4 tap, draw a card for 4. Whoa. Battle of Suleiman. Flip a coin. With the opponent calling heads or tails, the coin is in the air. If the flip ends in the opponent's favor, it does 5 damage to you. Otherwise, a 5/5 flying Legion immediately comes into play on your side. Use a counter to represent Legion. Legion is treated exactly like a normal artifact creature, except that if it leaves play, it is removed from the game entirely. No matter how the flip turns out, Battle of Suleiman is discarded afterwards. Animate Wall. Target wall can now attack. Target wall. Power and toughness are unchanged by this enchantment, even if the power is 0. Dancing Scimitar. Johan. Whoa, look at that guy. Legend. 5/4 for 6. As long as Johan does not attack and is untapped, attacking does not cause creatures you control to tap. Power Surge. Power Surge. Daring Archaeologist from. Yeah, that's from Dominaria. Armageddon Clock. Oh, Northern Paladin. I remember this guy. White tap, destroy target black permanent. Kills black decks. Oh, Rubinia Soulsinger. You may choose not to untap During your untap, tap, gain control of target creature, lose control of target creature if Rubinia leaves play, if you lose control of Rubinia, or if Rubinia becomes untapped. 2 white, blue, green for 2/3. Jalam Tomb. 2 tap, draw a card, then choose and discard a card. I remember this guy, Celibate Spirit. Celibate Spirit. 5/6 flying is amazing. For 6, that's a high cost, but it's amazing. Declaring defending player may draw a card. That's the only drawback. Wretched. Warning of Deafening. Target creature deals no damage in this combat. Gust Cloak Savior. Flying. When a creature you control becomes blocked, you may untap that creature and remove it from combat. Cosmic Car. Force of Nature. Nice. Love this card. 4, 5, 6 for 8/8 trample. During your upkeep, pay 4 green or it deals 8 damage to you. Clockwork Beast again. Nebuchadnezzar. Clockwork Beast again. Shift. 4/2. During your upkeep, you may change the color or shift to any color or combination of colors. Juxtapose. You and target player each choose one of the creatures you control. Sorcery for 3 and a blue. Exchange control of these creatures, then do the same for artifacts. If one of the players does not control a creature or artifact, don't exchange the type of card. Infinite Hourglass. Ice Age 4. During your upkeep, put a time counter on Infinite Hourglass. During any upkeep, any player may pay 3 to remove a time counter from Infinite. All creatures get +1/+0 for each time counter on it. Cantivore. 1 white attacking doesn't cause Cantivore to tap. Cantivore's power and toughness are each equal to the number of enchantment cards in all graveyards. It's a Lugaloth. Bottle Summon. Oh, Aisha Tanaka. I remember this card. 2 white, 2 blue, 2/2. Banding. Tap, counter target artifact effect requiring an activation cost unless the artifact control plays white. His ability as an interrupt. Clockwork Avian. I've never seen this card. 0/4 for 5 flying. Comes into play. Put 4 +1/+0 counters on it at the end of any combat in which it was assigned to attack or block. Remove a counter. Tap. X tap. Put X +1/+0 counters on it. You may have no more than 4 of these counters. Use this ability only during your upkeep. Nice. Elder Landworm. Oh, a worm? A white worm? 5/5 for 7? Trample cannot attack until assigned as a blocker. Oh, sounds horrible. Oh, Vexing Arcanics. Love it. Ice Age. I remember this. 4 for 3. 3 tap, target player names a card and then turns over the top card of his or her library. If that is the card name, put it into the player's hand. Otherwise, put it into the player's graveyard and it deals 2 damage to that player. Call for Unity. At the beginning of your end step, if permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, put a Unity counter on Call of Unity. Creatures you control get +1/+1 for each Unity counter on Call of Unity. Okay. Nice. That was actually a lot of fun. Trip down memory lane. Oh, man. Let's see. Which cards? This I played with back in the day. This I had back in the day. This I had back in the day. Played with that. This I played with back in the day. This guy I played with back in the day. This guy I played with back in the day. 1/5 flying artifact creature. And this guy I played with back in the day. This guy I had, I didn't play with him though. This guy I played with back in the day. Oh, this I played with back in the day. This I played with back in the day. This I played with back in the day. So much the cast took forever to get 8 lands. This guy I used to play with back in the day. Well, didn't say I was a good player back in the day, but I did play with some of these cards. So thanks for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget to wear your Aladdin's ring. See you guys next time.